My name is Courtney Youngberry and I'm a somatic and lineage healing practitioner. And this space is for people who are ready to understand themselves at the level of the body, the nervous system, and the patterns that they've inherited. So this work didn't begin for me as a profession. It began because my own body was asking for truth. For a long time, I lived with reactions, sensitivities, emotional intensities, and relational patterns that didn't make sense in the context of my life. They felt older than me. They felt like echoes of something that I was carrying rather than something that I created. I could feel things before they even happened. I could sense emotional shifts in a room before anyone spoke, and I carried a tension that didn't belong to the moment that I was in. And I didn't have the language for any of it. I tried to think my way out of it. I tried mindset work, reframing, pushing through, and being strong, being self-aware, but none of it touched that deeper truth. My body was holding stories that belonged to my lineage. And my nervous system was shaped by experiences that I never lived, but inherited. And when I finally began working somatically, listening to my body instead of trying to override it, everything changed. I started to understand myself in a way that felt honest, and I began to recognize what was mine, what wasn't, and what needed to be released. And that journey didn't just heal me, it took me on a path that I couldn't ignore. And there was a moment, it wasn't dramatic, but it was unmistakable, when I realized I wasn't just healing myself, I was learning a different language. The language of the nervous system, the language of lineage, the language of the body. And once you learn that language, you can't unsee it. You can't unknow it. And you can't pretend that it doesn't matter. And I began to understand people differently. I could see the patterns that they were carrying. I could feel the places in their system that were overwhelmed or unsupported or inherited. And I knew I wanted to help people make sense of themselves in the same way that I had finally made sense of myself. And in my one-on-one sessions, we work directly with your nervous system. We explore the emotional imprints, relational patterns, and inherited dynamics that shape how you respond, react, and regulate. And my work is not talk therapy. It's not mindset coaching. It's not about analyzing your past. It's about meeting what your body is holding gently, clearly, and with precision. And we track your nervous system states. We identify the patterns that repeat through your lineage, and we work with the places in your body that have been carrying too much for too long. And we do it in a way that is grounded, coherent, and deeply respectful of your system. People come to me when they've tried everything else, when they've read the books, done the courses, talked about their experiences, and still feel that something is unresolved in their body. My sessions are about meeting that unresolved place and helping it shift. So on this channel, I'll be sharing teachings on the nervous system, lineage patterns, emotional regulation, and the deeper layers of healing. I'll talk about how inherited patterns show up in the body, how to recognize your own nervous system states, and how to work with them in a way that's grounded and accessible. I'll also share practices that you can use in your own life and conversations about what it really means to change at the level of the body, not just the mind. My intention is to create a space that feels coherent, truthful, and supportive. A space where you can learn, reflect, and recognize yourself more deeply. A space where your body feels acknowledged, and a space where you don't have to pretend that you're fine. Healing doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't have to be chaotic. It can be steady, clear, and deeply transformative when you work with the body. If you're here because something in you is searching for clarity or relief or understanding, I want you to know that you're not alone. You're welcome to stay connected here to learn too. explore, to feel what resonates for you. And if you ever feel called to work with me one-on-one, you'll find the link to my sessions below. And I'm so glad you're here, and I can't wait to begin this journey with you guys.